Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, this the third practical about the Java classes constructor. Now, in a previous practical, we have learned how we can declare a class and how we can introduce methods to the class and how we can use a constructor within a class. Okay, now in this program, I am telling you about the constructor overloading. Now, what is overloading? We know that overloading means that whenever you are having two or more than two member functions or method in the same class, so we said that the methods or member functions are being overloaded. Okay, we can overload a constructor as well. Now we know that constructor is a special kind of member function, and its job is to instantiate an object. That is, it will create an object and it will initialize the object data member with certain initial values, as we have seen in our program circle. Okay, now taking again the same example, and we go further ahead to clear some more concepts about the constructor overloading. Okay, constructor overloading means that you will have two or more constructors within your class. Now, how then we can differentiate between these overloaded constructor, or how the compiler will differentiate between this constructor? It actually the compiler will differentiate them from one another by its signature. Signature means that the constructor name is same, but their number of arguments passing to the constructor will be different. Okay, now here already we have one constructor. Look at it. This is no argument constructor. I will call it no argument constructor because here it is taking no value. Okay, now I'm defining another constructor by the same name, circle. Okay, and I will call this constructor a one argument constructor. Okay, suppose I have taken r as a argument, and I'm taking this this r as an argument. Okay, now this is actually one argument constructor, one argument constructor. Why I am calling it one argument constructor? Because it is taking one argument when I am when I will call it. Okay, so here is the one argument. Now look at the first line of this constructor. Here it contains r of type double, so r is the argument and it is a single argument. And here look at this one. This is a no argument constructor. It has no argument within this parenthesis. Okay, now here we will initialize radius by the r. R is when r will take value when we will call some object by creating through this constructor. Okay, this. Okay, now here we have two constructors. Both the constructors have same name. Here look at it. This is circle, this is circle, but this one is no argument and this one is one argument constructor. Both the okay, the constructor which have some arguments in the body here in the structure and in its declaration, we will call them parameterized constructor as well. We will call them parameterized constructor. Okay, because they are having some parameters in the it is parameterized constructor. Okay, now I'll have a look how to use this constructor. Previous in example, we have recalling the previous example. In this class we were having three methods other than constructor. One is set data, okay, one is show data, okay, and the other one is area. Okay, so with the help of these methods we are declaring initializing our object with certain initial values and calculating the area. Okay, now here I am initializing the object, creating objects of the circle class. So let's suppose C1 equal to new. As you know that new is the operator when we will call it. Okay, okay, now this is okay. Now here I'm calling the constructor, that is first is no argument. Okay, this is call constructor, call to no argument constructor, no argument constructor. Okay, now here I am declaring another object by the same of the same class circle, and that is suppose C2, and now I am calling I'm passing some value here. Let's suppose that is 5.0. okay, now this is what this is called to one argument constructor or a parameterized constructor. Okay, here you can see. Okay, now let's suppose we are calculating our C1 dot set data member function method, and then we are calling C1 dot area, okay, area, and then C1 dot show data, as we have done in the previous example. Okay, now here C2 we don't need to call the set data member function, we are just calling the C2 area and C2 dot show data. Okay, now here now look at this. Here we have created two objects. Okay, now here you can see that we are having two objects C1 and C2, but one object is created by calling a no argument constructor, and the other one object is created by calling the one argument constructor. That is you can see we have passed a value to this. Okay, okay, now look at it. We are running this program. Now here look at the object, you will have two different values. For C1 you are getting the result 63.6, and for the C2 you are getting the result 78. This why? Because we have passed this value 5. Now what happened when we create the C2 with this object by calling this no one argument constructor? Here the value 5 is being passed to I'm telling you, yes, here actually that value is passed to this argument R, and from there it is assigned to red. That is why we don't need to initialize our C2 object with some values. We have passed value to that C2 object. So this is how we can use the overloaded constructor in our program. You can have as many constructor as you want according to your requirement and your need. This is one argument. You have 2 argument and 3 argument constructor as well if you need in the program. I hope you will have understand about the one argument constructor. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment. Thank you.